Hello, boys and girls, first grade writers. I am so excited to be back with you today working on your stories. I am showing you a picture of the small moment story checklist. Remember, we go over this every day so we can make sure we know what is in a good small moment story. We have a beginning, middle, and end. Your story lasts only 2 to 10 minutes. That's what makes it a seed story and a small moment story. In the lead or the beginning, you tell your characters and the setting. In your middle, you have 2 or more transition words. I'm going to skip over this one. This is the one we're doing today. In your middle, you also show evidence or ideas that show craft, which means details to make your story come to life. Some examples are labels or big, bold words or dialogue or inner thinking. And you also elaborate, which means that you use adjectives to describe, you include good action words, and you use twin sentences to tell details. So we are almost finished with our story, and this is very exciting. We have our beginning, we have our middle, and today we're working on the ending. The ending or the conclusion tells your feelings or the lesson I learned. And this is going to be really great because we have already done this work. At the very beginning, do you guys remember when we filled out the small moment planner and I had you write the characters, the setting, the main event, and then your ending? You've already written down your ideas. So now you just have to take those ideas and put them in the end of your story. This planning sheet is very helpful. So I decided in my planning sheet to write the sentences. So I'm just going to copy the sentences that I wrote in my ending. I felt proud. I learned to never give up because the more you practice, the better you get. So now I'm going to go to my last sheet and I'm going to write those words. This is the end of my story. I felt so proud, period. Capital letter, I learned to never give up because the more you practice, the better you get. Then when I was writing this and writing that sentence, I thought about what I also learned. Sometimes stories can teach you more than one lesson. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes you do. In this story, I also learned to appreciate hardworking teachers because my teacher was the person that helped me do a handstand. So I added the word also and learned. Please write at least 2 sentences on this page that tell how you felt and what you learned. You might be like me and have 3 sentences, but 2 sentences is okay. Then I want you to go back and draw your picture. This is me at the very end of my story, and I'm thinking to myself, see, I put a thinking bubble, practice, practice, practice. Thinking bubbles are examples of craft. Yes, if you remember our sheet from yesterday, thinking bubbles show us craft. I'm going to move this back to that chart that we reviewed yesterday. And if you look right there, you see thinking bubbles are examples of craft. So you can always put a thinking bubble in your illustration to help your reader understand more about what you're saying. All right, boys and girls, today's work is going to be really easy. The endings are my favorite part of a story because they tell what you learned so that you can be better next time, and they also share your feelings. And I love hearing about how children feel. So please complete your ending for today, and then we'll work on editing next week. Awesome job. We have one more day of writing this week, but our writing is going to be a Fondly Friday letter. So this will be the last day that we're working on our small moment story this week. Please write your ending. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to be there to help you. All right, have a great Thursday.